Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. I am, as always, your host, Al Gore. I invented the internet to bring you this episode of Monster Train. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today. It's 3:30, a little later than normal. I streamed a little later. I was playing Griftlands. I'm having a really good time playing that game. I I'm very much enjoying it. It's more than I could have hoped for. I did not have high expectations for it, so I'm having a great time with it. Uh yeah. Other than that, not a whole lot going on with me. I haven't done much the last few days. It's kind of nice to just kind of take a few days of doing absolutely nothing. Because, just back from vacation. But I guess it's been like a week and a half now. It's been a while. Time flies fast. Strange. Anyway. Anything interesting? There is one thing that's interesting that I can tell you. I took a moment and I counted out my wins and losses for the DLC. We can fire up the fade run here. Excluding daily challenges, counting expert challenges, because I didn't feel like cutting those out. But, skewed a little bit with the expert challenges if you care about that. My current win rate in the last Divinity is... pull it up here. It's 51.8%. I have won 127 out of 245 runs played in the Divinity, which is not too bad. I think that's pretty respectable. No big win streaks though. I seem to drop 1 or 2 runs in between. We'd actually be on a pretty big win streak right now, except for that Soul Guard run. I guess, yeah, that Soul Guard run, and then also the co-op run from last week. But yeah, if you like stats, there's an interesting one for you about my win rate and play rate. Played a lot of runs of this game. Maybe I'll go back through and I'll count it again and I'll cut out all the expert challenges, because I feel like, just pure last Divinity stuff is fine too. But either way, I did have a question for you today. What was it? That's weird. I had one for you, but then I lost it because I got sidetracked talking about my win rate. I don't remember. Give me a sec. I'll think of it. Put my brain to use. Here we go. Yeah, I guess I don't have one. That's all right. It's fine. Not a huge issue, I suppose. One thing that I'm gonna try and do in this video, I was thinking about this today. I kind of want to try to be aware of if I swear or not. So in today's video, I'm going to try and do 0 frigs, but like not frig, just because, why not? Fun challenge. I also think that I don't swear all that often, but I don't pay attention. So by mentioning this, I will now pay attention. Anyway, we can get going. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I think that's everything. This should be a pretty, we're Fade, so. Soulsucker, Talos, Ragefell, Chase Seraph, Hollow Drippings, Hornbreak, Memento Mori. Hollow Drippings in the opener is good. I feel like that means that Firelight is a lot less scary. And we have Exile Hellhorned secondary. I'm gonna go Refracting Lenses for sure. We're gonna play super, super safe. No Firelight. So we are Hellhorned secondary. Hellhorned secondary has armor cards to play with spikes. It's Chase Seraph though, so it's a little awkward. They did nerf Eternal Flame. We could play Eternal Flame. Yeah, let's play Eternal Flame. So here's the reasoning. If I don't play Eternal Flame and I play Little Icarus, I just have to not play Queen Zimpling ever. And then I have 9 cards in my starting deck that are unplayable. With Eternal Flame, we just get to let her fly around and we can throw imps and nothing really matters. We're gonna super, super respect. No artifact, no pack shards, no trial. Sorry, I'm repositioning myself here. Leaning back for a good one. We're gonna play this out very, very respectfully. We're not going to make any bad decisions. We're just gonna take it easy here. And we should crush. It's 2255, 255 or 25. If I put her behind, she doesn't die. So we want to make sure that that is death. Yeah, we got the old classic Reform Imp play here. Very, pretty exciting. They did nerf Transcendent, but I'm still down with Reform Imps. I'm still confident it's good. Nerf that's interesting is this Fade. Let's see how she feels post-nerf. I think she's gonna feel great still. You know, at the end of the day, nerf or no nerf, we are playing Little Fade, so... It's kinda tough to see this not being... This is the Little Fade that does need the most help. She's very good, but she's not gonna be your mainline strategy for a while. She's just gonna fly around picking off 1 or 2 enemies for you. I believe because we don't have... Well, Draft is just good. I think in Melting, you pick Draft if they show Draft. I also feel like in Hellhorned, you pick Ritual, so we're kind of hedging our bets in both ways if we take Ritual. Could go Fledgling him. Oh, for Fledgling him. I think it's a little bit better than Ritual. But now we have either direction covered, we can go either angle. Could have looked ahead and seen the banner distribution, but Archstone plus 10 Rage 7. Wickless Baron and we had a bad one recently, me and the Wickless Baron. But that doesn't mean that I'm not ready to forgive and forget. I think he's fine here. Intrinsic, Spell Chain, nothing interesting. Not gonna reroll the shop, we're just gonna chill. I would like to potentially play Paraffin Enforcer if they show it. But that's a big if. Let's just leave. What I do know, it's interesting the things that I've learned about this game. I've become a much better player by playing the dailies. Because I've seen some people do some absolutely outlandish things on the dailies that crush. I've seen some absolute nuts strategies that I would have never played myself because it seems ridiculous. What are some good examples? Well, let me tell you. I think I've done it either on stream or on YouTube here, but if you play... Well, let me go through this turn and then I'll tell you about it a little more. Let me make sure that I don't make any terrible mistakes here. So we can play these 2 mid. This turn's a little bit awkward, I think. No matter how you sling it, right? I think this one's a little bit awkward. I think we want... I only need to worry about this wave. This bottom 4 wave doesn't matter because they're not gonna walk up before the boss is here. And then, unless it's Sweet Boss, it's not a big deal. If it is Sweet Boss, which I don't know... I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm gonna play it out... Sorry, I'm like... There's so many little... There's so much to do here. I think that the best option... I think it's this one. That's not where Fade was supposed to go. It doesn't matter though because she dies on spikes before she takes the hit anyway, so it does not matter where she gets played. But yeah, that turn was weird. He's a bit of a thinker. We'll put Fade behind and we'll throw a Train Steward in front. I have a feeling I'm not. If this is Sweet Boss, I need to kill this wave, so we may as well put the Steward down. Oh, it's last night. It's still the spikes, so... Kill the spikes and help Fade live. 157 is good. Yeah, I don't have much concern. Because I think Fade just kills this boss from the Endless, right? I think so. I think I was about to say something and then I got sidetracked, but... Whatever it was, it doesn't matter. I just got sidetracked by that one turn where I had the min-max. Oh, hey, it's Remnant Host. Yeah, okay. I'm playing Harvest. I'll take Remnant Host. So with Remnant Host, I feel like I have a pretty clear strategy. 2 Wickless Barons, Remnant Host in front. He's not perfect because we don't have a Stealth Tomb to pair with him, but he's pretty good. Dude, imagine if Remnant Host passed shit down like eggs do, and we could just do Remnant Host with a Fledgling Imp Infusion and just get like 15 rage per turn AoE. That would be sick. Alas. Yeah, this is Vent. Big Sludge. I don't actually think I want to take Big Sludge here. I'm sorry, but two factors. One, I had a lot of Big Sludge last week or so. There was a lot of Big Sludge runs. But two, he's a rage source into Chase Seraph, and he's big. Like, that's the big thing here. He's big. He lives up to his name. Big Sludge. Yeah. I apologize, but I don't think it's a Big Sludge angle here. I'm gonna go Wickless Baron. Now, there is one unit that I'll hard pivot the run for on this banner. Let's first take a look. Multi-strike +5/+10/10. Before we buy anything, there's one unit that I'll hard pivot the run for. This is not it. It's Bounty Stalker. I would full rotate into Bounty Stalker here, but he is not here. So we're just gonna play a little Wickless Baron action. That's fine. I think honestly, just +25 is fine. Sorry, it's getting a little late, so there'll be a few yawns here. I don't feel tired, I just feel I feel the yawns are coming. Later on, I'm gonna be sad if I don't take this trade, I think. I think 25 health here is good here because we have refracting lenses. Let me roll this shop now. We're not one endless. Interesting, huh? So we have the Burnout one endless. With Remnant Host, it's a little awkward, but I still think it's good. It's just like, it's a little awkward, and I could do something like Burnout one endless Fledgling Imp, by the way. Huh. That's actually really nuts, isn't it? Because, okay, let's think about this. On the Seraph fight, it's a little worse. So we're giving up 1 harvest for... We're giving up 2 harvests for 5 rage. We also give up 1 energy per turn. 2 harvests are with 10 damage, so... It's actually neutral, isn't it? Hang on, think about it a little more. But there's like, so there's a few different things that go into this, and I'm just gonna move on, basically, and pick the Endless Burnout 1 Remnant Host. But I'll give you a quick overview. Fledgling Imp has the positive of giving 5 rage to both units, which is worse than the Remnant Host 2 Harvest, because the Harvest with a Self-Infused Baron is going to be worth 5/5. So you're just losing out on 10 health. But the upside is you can guarantee do Fledgling Imp every turn, where you can't do that with Remnant Host. Because sometimes Remnant Host is going to not die, but burn out. However, I'm just going to follow it through anyway. On the Divinity, that doesn't matter, and if that matters ahead of time, like, I can't imagine. Yeah, I just can't imagine. We'll go. This is going to be a run for draw space. The thing that pushed me towards Remnant Host here also is that it's free. It's a big piece. Yeah, this is going to be draw space so that we can sneak Fade onto the floor into Relentless. Don't forget that little Fade is on this run. We have like a great Harvest run. This is the Harvest run that I was trying to make like 2 days ago. Yeah, it should be 2 days ago. But it's actually going to work here because I saw Multi-Strike and 2 Wickless Barons and Remnant Host. Yeah, so here you'll see more of an example of what I was trying to explain but could not because I'm incapable. But basically you put Burnout 1 on Remnant Host, he burns out but the drafts do not. So on the second turn, so sometimes on every other turn you're just going to have to play Remnant Host on a different floor, which is fine. Doesn't matter. You're just a lot better off if Remnant Host gets killed instead of burning out. I'm being a little disrespectful to this combat. I'm not really thinking that much about it. I will admit it. It's a little disrespectful of me to not think about this combat as much as I'm not thinking about this combat. But I'm also super not afraid here. I actually shouldn't even kill these down here because I want the harvest on the barons. Yeah. These two barons get crazy value. And so our plan is, of course, going to be infuse baron into baron and then duplicate. Oh, hey, I took one. Oh, well. Fine. We can just do this, right? How much damage do you get off of that? 160? That's a lot. And these barons are scaling at a much better rate than the barons of old. Ye old wickless baron. Pretty close here. I think if I put this draft down first, I could have had it. Yeah, with the... Yeah, I could have had it. Oh well. Almost got the kill on Talos before she got to walk up. What a shame. Okay, okay, what do you got for me? Devourer of Death is super interesting. I think it's just good. Yeah, Devourer of Death is great here. This is like the second time in the last 2 weeks that I've picked Devourer of Death, but 15 AoE damage on this guy is gonna be good. I'm okay without any of these. I don't need space now. Actually, maybe I do want space now. I can also potentially just get away without having space, and I can skip the Remnant Host on the Relentless round, but... I'm gonna take draw, and then we'll decide if I think I should skip the Remnant Host on Relentless round. I think I probably will decide that, but... And I don't feel like I need energy, right? Nah, this is definitely draw. This is one of those decks that doesn't really require drawing into many cards, so it should be mostly fine. Should have done my scroll through a little sooner, but it's okay. I don't worry about Pyre health here. I'm gonna look at removals prioritized. We need to get rid of units so that we don't clog our reform pool. And then duplicate right here, which is great news. Like the Hellhorned banner. Dude, Steelworker, you talk about units that got significantly better. I don't talk about, you know, we talk about units that got worse and things that have been nerfed over the course of time in this game. You want to talk about a unit that just got brought up from the doldrums of hell. They really did Steelworker some justice there with that change. I think it doesn't matter too much, but I'm going to play this out. I'm going to do Devourer now. And then in the next ring, I will do the Barons, because I want to have 2 Barons at all times, I feel like. I'm not going to buy anything else here, although Value Stone is good. We'll buy some -1s. Memento Mori's on this run, apparently. It's the first I'm realizing of that. Just make Horn Breaks free. But it's not even worth the reroll. I will want to go to at least one more Steel Shop, and it'll be that one. And then we'll go Magic Shop here, most likely, and then probably just Magic Shop again. Maybe we go left for the removals. Most importantly, I need to make sure I'm getting enough pack cards. I'll be at 65 here. Go to 80 right before Fell, 90 here, 100 at Seraph. Sounds good to me. Alright. Everything looks like it's gonna check out here for a pretty smooth run. We'll see if we get any hiccups along the way, though. No reason to take this trial. Enemy's full heal is scary. Especially on haste. Like, I super respect haste combats these days. Because if you don't, you just get killed. You're just asking to get run over if you disrespect here. Alright, Fade, get back in there. Good turn for Vent. Bad turn for Draft, but that's okay. Actually, I can just Vent and catch Collector also. With Hornbreak, yeah. But we'll use Fade to soften up the heavies. Great Vent, like great work, Vent. We're gonna take some damage from the spikes, but that doesn't bother me. Like what, 6? Yeah, that's not a huge deal. I'll heal that back this combat. Yeah, I get to choose 1 here. It's definitely just I play Fade, right? So I play Fade. She hits the Guardian. Yeah, definitely Fade. Hits the Guardian, the whole floor dies. Play like budget little Fade with 2 Queen Simplings here. Okay, okay. She actually doesn't die if I play her here. Could do Memento Mori. Memento Mori is very clean. If I put down Fade, she's not gonna die. She's gonna steal a kill if I put her bottom, though. I don't think I worry about that too much. But yeah, this deck does still have a few issues. There is a card it has to draw into. I did say it didn't have much, but there's a card that it does need to roll. When you don't roll into it, it gets a little iffy. Because this is all of our harvest scaling. Well, that and the ability to double it up, I suppose, is also in there. Wow, killing that 1 health enemy added a lot of damage. If I had put the imp in the right order, we would have killed this guy on bottom floor. Well, I'm min-maxing my kills for no reason other than my score, but, you know, it's fun. Something to think about a little bit. Engulfed in Smoke is good. I believe it's worth taking. I didn't go in on imps, so I'm probably just gonna chill. Sorry, I'm taking a lot more breaks between speaking here, but it's just my voice is a little... Griftlands is a game that requires a lot of reading out of me, which has taken a lot out of the old vocals. Guildmarker even at this stage is fine. Duplicate second. We go... Temple, Pact, Baron. Sorry, also took a quick pause. It's 22 minutes and it's been a while, but I took a quick pause to make sure I'm actually recording. And I'm not muted. Both things appear to be true. It would be a real shame if I were just 22 minutes into a run and I went, oh hey, I'm not recording. That'd be a real disaster. Minor Refraction, Wickless Baron. If only I had come here first. I mean, it's really good. I mean, if I even just do this on 1, it's really good, I think. What's that buzz? Oh, my phone's telling me to go to bed. Don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. I'm gonna Minor Reflection one of these. So I could play a 3rd Wickless Baron now, potentially. And that's probably worth... these duplicates are in pretty bad spots, huh? I think that might be worth. So, we go 15 up to... I'll end up at an awkward number, or I just skip this Relic. Wait, no, I go 15 up to 80, and the duplicate's 15 puts me at 95, so I put 15 from the duplicate, and then I can do 10-10 for the even number if I want to. You could also just go over by 5 and look for... Oh, wait, maybe I just had a Crystal Cloak. Harvesters of Death is the other combat that I respect a lot, especially since we are a harvesters ourselves. I think we should super respect. Say understandable, very sorry to intrude, have a nice day, and move on. Although our harvests should be better now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Queen Zimpling at this, actually. I think it is correct. Just weaken that wave a little bit. Oh my god, it's a nightmare. Hang on. I think... I mean, I want to play Draft on the top floor right now. So I think I will. End of logic. Let's clip this guy. The first kill is important, so let's work on getting this first kill a little bit easier. Yeah, this combat's gonna be a big issue. If I don't get this guy dead, we're in trouble. What do we have? We have 40 damage on our side. 55 is 105. He's effectively at 109. So if I play Fade and then vent him, I'll kill him? No, that's not how I expected that to go. Hold on. He's at 99. Let me walk through this with me. Oh, I forgot to account for the fact that these Wickless Barons gain 5. Yeah. So their damage output increases by 20, so they do 20 more. Okay, that makes sense. I get you. I don't have great answers to our problems on this run. That's the thing that's really scary. I don't have good answers here. This floor is a nightmare. This overcharge tank, he's a real problem. I can't really do anything about him though, so I'm just gonna throw Vent to chip 6 off the armor, I guess. And we have the Pyre health to hopefully not die from something like this, right? That's the big deal. 95. I think I'm okay. I'm a little bit behind, and I don't get to ping off this marksman, but we'll sneak past her. And I purposely stealth first. I want Little Fade to just do her quick move and die. Purposefully stealth first. And no matter what, we're chilling here. Alright, great news. We actually sneak out of this, no problem. The scaling on these Barons is surprisingly high, I believe. And our whole deck is free here. So we'll play the host. The big thing about the host, yeah, you can see it here. He's got the 15 blowback damage, but he also does 40 damage on death, assuming that these guys don't die, which they do actually die, so he doesn't do 40 damage on death here. I can put Fade in front and let her take 2 hits so that she gets through death. Because we have to start preparing now. Remember what we're facing. It's Stealth Boss. We have plenty of harvest going though, so I don't feel too much fear. It's just remember that she's here. Yeah, these combats are looking a lot cleaner when I draw Remnant Host on time. Or they will be looking a lot cleaner when I draw Remnant Host on time, I should say. Stealth down here, that should buy me 4 rounds. Yeah, okay. It's like, it's a run that is not a whole lot of actual required thinking, and yet it's scary nonetheless. But it's more just me calculating if I'm about to die or not, I feel like. So I definitely don't need space. I'm glad I didn't take, glad I did not take a space upgrade, because that would feel pretty bad here. Yeah, those first like 3 kills are the ones that matter the most. I could grab Vodaberry. Sure, I could grab Vodaberry. I think that she's just like a why not here. Triggering Harvest is the only downside, but she's good for that. That's the reason. Okay, we'll peep this. We'll see if we get something cool for the big Baron. Quick, +10, +5, +10. Endless. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have even bothered with the reroll there. Honestly. I mean, I want to greed for that relic. Let's take a look at what we have in here. But the greater good's really fun. We could also just grab melee weakness on hit onto... There's like 3 great options here. I think the sap is okay on Remnant Host. It's not crazy. Yeah, wow, each of these choices is really good. I kind of want to take for the greater good and just see more of the cards that we get from this. So that's what I'm going to do. I think melee weakness might be the best choice. We throw melee weakness on the small guy and then we make another one of him. That does sound pretty good. But let's do for the greater good, because I think that's fun. This is the choice I'm making almost entirely in the name of fun. Problem with Split Anvil is that it doesn't make my units free, but let's take Split Anvil anyway. Drop like 120. We have the seal, right? The guild marker, so we'll drop 120 here. I bet my audio levels have changed 4 or 5 times in this episode because I can't sit still. But if I don't stop moving, I'm gonna hit that wall and I'm gonna go, oh, I'm falling asleep. Stop. Bear with me here. I'm planning on spending a day sometime soon. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. I'm planning on just spending a day to sit down and record. Hey, look at that. I played the For the Greater Good first, and I just have a 25 times 3 quick on my floor now. That's pretty good. He's basically gonna sit in the spot that Little Fade would go, which is maybe bad, but I mean she is just Little Fade more or less, come to think of it. Yeah, and this will bring us back to the question of, is it okay to just have... Is it okay for the game plan to just be don't play the last Remnant host? I think the answer to that question is yeah, but maybe I will be proven incorrect. I'd be really surprised if I were. I'm going to, with the tomb here now, I'm just gonna stick to the idea of we want enemies on the top floor. We want them to walk up there. We want them to be powerful enough to break through the Remnant host, because then they just die. That's the important part. I actually feel like I can even... Fade just, like, softens up the first few waves, and then after she's done softening, I can probably just kick my feet up here and stop playing her, so that she doesn't take any kills from me. It would be a good idea to have let her handle this Master of Light. Or just throw Light. Yeah, I could have done this a little bit better. Just so that my Quill Marksman didn't get chunked for 14. But at this point, if the Quill Marksman dies, it's also good because... Oh yeah, that is how that would work out, isn't it? Huh. Whoops. I'm just gonna press end turn. I'm doing a lot of thinking here. If the Quill Marksman dies, it doesn't matter because I just replace her with Fade. She is worse than Fade at this point, so we can just have Fade in place. Or I could potentially throw the run for another For the Greater Good. I'll play it on a mid floor so I can just see the unit. Wow, stealth. That seems pretty bad. 32-25 stealth. Like that, it's not terrible, but like, it's not great. That's not a unit that you lose your mind over, but like, it's fine. Fell's not really the worry. Although the other thing is this is the run, or this is the part where we go, oh yeah, and now I'm glad I didn't take Big Sludge, because this is where Big Sludge, well not now, but the next 2 rounds is where Big Sludge would start to feel really weird. Although Big Sludge actually would be nuts because there's a one size choice on this run, so, you know, eat your heart out, Big Sludge. Or me thinking about Big Sludge. Yeah, I've had enough units die where Momentum Worry doesn't feel like it's absolutely worthless. How unbelievable is that? The number, if you're wondering, is 280. Or 28, I suppose, in this case. 280? Yeah. Wow, that's 28 units. What? Like, my brain just pieced together what a massive numbers difference that is. That's ridiculous. How bad is Memento Mori, man? And 28 units die, and you're telling me it does 280? I'm making a big deal about it for what is nothing, right? But like, my God, 28 is so many unit deaths. For it to barely kill a heavy in the Divinity, like that's rough. Last Stand didn't take Big Sludge. I actually kind of feel like I want to take space anyway, now that I have For the Greater Good. I'm gonna grab space. I don't know, I don't feel like I need draw that badly, so I'll take space. We'll go see one magic shop at least. I was drinking water. Holdover For the Greater Good sounds really fun. I don't know if it's good, but it sounds pretty fun. Do I have units that cost 1? Yes. Do I care? No, I'd rather leave this at 2 and then just have all my 1-cost spells cost 0. I don't know what this is gonna do, but I'm excited to find out. I'm just gonna see all of the units and see what we get, basically. And we go Eternal Flame 3. Could take 100 gold, but... well, let's take a quick look. Intrinsic? Yeah, of course. You can put Intrinsic on any spell. Purge I can put on any spell, and... plus 10 piercing. Yeah, I have an option for each of them. Okay. Let's go. Hey, it's not purifiers. Hell yeah. I should probably not disrespect, especially... yeah, I should not disrespect this. Especially since there's not... I'm just going to take this to buy relics, and relics don't really win us the game. They're just for fun. I took space so I can do one of these. 30 spikes? What the fuck? Does she give it, or is she just 30 spikes? I think she's just 30 spikes. Yeah. Also, she... huh. I can play Devourer of Death. Oh, sorry, Remnant Host? Yeah, okay. By Remnant Host, it dies, it makes 2, and then we can still play Baron on the floor. Alright. I cannot play for the greater good, though. That's a shame. We got 130 spikes unit. What more do you want? How bad is it if I play this? It's really bad, because I think Fade doesn't die. We just put it here. 5... 5... I will steal 2 kills though, but like I feed so much armor if I play it bottom. We just have to accept it. Yeah, it's okay. We got the big spikes unit. Now we get some value too. This unit's just gonna sit here forever, isn't it? Like, I don't want to let this enemy walk. But if I put a Queen's Impling down, like, that feels pretty bad too, right? I guess I could put it down in front and just let it die instantly, but I think we do this and we just accept it. Go get him, Votivary. Pop off. This run feels like this run feels right to me. This is about what I would expect out of a run of Monster Train. This run feels like it should be a pretty straightforward W, but I still have to navigate it, and there is a bit of nuance to the navigation. I did take 10 for this, and I didn't need to. Like, there's no way. You can snipe the harvest, it's fine. There is just no way. And could I give this guy enough health to live? No. It's hard, I guess I should say. That guy had so much armor, he just hit me twice, huh? Just keep popping these harvests. Pop off spikes enemy. Conduit redirector, more like. Pog. That's it, just Pog. Hey, these two are in the wrong one. I guess it doesn't matter, right? The small Baron is the same stat-wise as the big Baron. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. Too bad these are cardless. I would love to reform them. Where's my for the greater good? Don't leave me hanging here. Yeah, let me see something cool. Stealth. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, it applies stealth to the whole floor. That is really cool. Wow. Huh. Get one more here. We'll get one more cool for the greater good unit. I heard there's 6 options for the greater good, and I think they're all one size. Yeah, you can get a clergyman, which gives him melee weakness. Oh, he's gonna... wait, he's just gonna kill. Yeah, holy shit. Apply melee weakness 1. Fade just does 700. Yeah, 730 Fade hit there. Ooh, buddy. I think everything on For the Greater Good is one size now, which is pretty good. And press skip. And Inferno is a card that's worth considering, but it costs me all of the harvests. I can't Inferno on a 4 with Wickless Baron and live, so, you know. I'm going left for the duplicate. This might be a bad call. Five energy. This is just 5 energy every turn on Cased Ember. What do you got here? Archstone, Burnout 1 plus 10. I think my removals just remove these last 2 Queen's Implings. Although Queen's Impling did something, Primitive Mold is also doing very little, so it's a tough one. Refresh. Endless. Not a big deal. I didn't really care for anything in this shop anyway. I wouldn't have minded like a plus 25. Maybe there was one in the first one, but I would have always rolled there. Resin Block only gives Fade 10, so we can roll this. This gives like 15 armor per round to the frontmost unit on my main floor. It's good, but do I need it? Good question. And we're getting a plus 10 piercing for Vent. It's fine. I'll go for it. I'll go for the Baron duplicate. I think it makes sense. You have 3 of them, they can push the damage quickly, I hope. Last choice here. I can remove 1 more card, it'll be Primitive Mold, or I can take Mold Braces. I think it's Primitive Mold removal here. You know, I guess I should have given one of the Baron I didn't duplicate. I guess I could still do it. Give this guy Rage 7. That's fine. I can't put Endless on Vodovary. Sad. Yeah, that's everything I want to do here. Just like making my final checks. I'm looking at everything. That's it. Let's go. Also, I got a little distracted because I think I just heard a bird chirp. I'm listening. I did not hear a bird chirp. I report back to you. I think I might be losing my mind. I think this may be it. I think I might have finally bought the farm, as they say. So first wave is the scary one. If I draw Remnant Host like next 2 turns, there is nothing to fear. If I do not, there is something to fear. Hey, Vodovary gets to pop off here. Look at this. Look at this Vodovary. Just saves the Wickless Baron. That's nuts. That's so good. Show me my tomb here, please. Please. Oh, it's big. It's huge. It's massive. Oh. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Let's place Fade. I'm just going to use Fade to pick off this Pyre Wings, I think, so I don't have to deal with the Ember Drain. Is there any... this is winning. Like, this is a completely winning outcome for us here. Absolutely. 100%. We had 2 answers to this. We could have also pulled Vent. Vent would have been also just fine. But we hit one of the answers and we just go off here. I can fit the Fledgling Imp, right? Because if I put the Fledgling Imp, it takes 11 and then the 25 goes through anyway. So I may as well just take the Rage. The Rage doesn't last long, but I may as well take it here. And I think from this position, it's just completely over. But this is an interesting run because it's a very strong melting run, but it's not... It's a very strong Exile melting run, but it's not because a Little Fade is running the enemies over. Little Fade's here, and she's very pivotal in the run's ability to kill the first, like, 4 heavies. Yeah, I'm good for the greater good. Wow, stuff. I got 1 round of what I was gonna get if I had played Engulfed in Smoke. I got half an Engulfed in Smoke there. Huh. But now Little Fade is here, and she's doing a very important role. She's pushing the first heavy down by like 70 health in these combats, and then the second and third heavy get chunked for like 100 and 180 respectively. So she's making it much more reasonable to hit our goals in time. I should kill this marksman there. I should let it die, and then I can put For the Greater Good down. Let's put it bottom and see what we get. A healer. Ah. Comes in with 1 damage, shield, 20 health, and he full heals. Choose a friend, or the whole floor, right? Yeah, wow. That seems decent. It's not like nuts. It's no melee weakness to all enemies, but it's pretty good. The obvious thing we have to look out for is the 15 AoE damage falls off a bit on the Divinity. It's not a ton, but it's not as good as it is here. But it's still fine. God, I just want to press For the Greater Good. It's really all I want to do. I'm gonna play at mid-floor. What are you? Friendly units gain +5? Wow. Quick unit with 40 attack that gives +5. That seems pretty good. I'll get to work on killing this unit myself. I think I've seen all of them now. Give Votivary a +5. You deserve it, Votivary. You can feel my desire to min-max these turns dwindling, though. I'm ready to just end turn, end turn, end turn. Right, there's no way that we get ourselves into any trouble by doing that, I'm sure. If I play For the Greater Good and I hit stealth, it's kind of awkward, but I'm feeling lucky. Yeah, look at that, we just get another 5 to the whole floor. What's it? There's the one that full heals, there's spikes, there's just a quick deal 75, there's the guy we just had, which is a sycophant. I should organize them by names. Like a sycophant, there's a... The problem is there's like 3 marksman names in this game. There's a marksman, there's a marksman, there's a marksman. Oh, Faye just kills that Steel Wings, huh? Okay, I'm just gonna press enter. I'm trying to categorize it into, like, what do you get? You get a unit that does a big hit, or you get a unit, so there's 2 big hits. There's a medium hit that gives a bunch of survivability. So here's big hit. I think this is your max damage pull. You pull the Quill Marksman, you get max damage. Couldn't Fade get another round off of this? Oh no, I'm not counting for this guy. There you go. I said I wasn't gonna min-max anymore, and yet here I am. Min-maxing a little more. Yeah, you get spikes unit. Oh, spikes unit also gives the whole floor 3 spikes upon being summoned. Let's see. That one seems okay. I think the full, it's so you have like all of them are gonna tank a hit or 2 on For the Greater Good, and you're either gonna get big damage or a unit that does more tanking, or you're gonna get a unit that full heals your floor. And then there's also like the secret option where sometimes you get tactical nuke incoming, apply melee weakness to the whole floor. I've considered the possibility of wanting to play mid-floor on the Divinity. I think it's weird because if I just put Fade up here, right? And then that mitigates. It's just weird because our first like 3 turns are super, super close. But if I don't do it, I just have 1 less For the Greater Good. I'm confident. I'm just gonna use Fade to mitigate a little bit. This top floor play may be wrong, and we may look back in hindsight and make a sadness out of this. But will they die if I play this Fade? They will die if I play this Fade, so I got a Horn Break. Yeah, and if I die, I die, and I'll restart, and I'll go, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Well, it's not looking great here. For the Greater Good, save me. Not that good. 25 damage on the Shade Wings is pretty rough. Or 25 health, I should say, not damage. I lose one of my Barons. I think that there's nothing... Actually, maybe there is something I can do about that. I think if I put Fade in front, maybe? Like this? Yeah, he saved. Important save, also. Because now it should stabilize, right? This is where you go, yeah, 25 health would be nice to have on these guys, huh? To force the top 4 play. But I did not get it. Right now. If only I had put a -1 on Engulfing Smoke, man. I did not, though. So we're gonna stealth. Of course we're gonna stealth here. Fade drops in, we play Remnant Host, and I think that's just it. And Fade will die pretty consistently. Yeah. I think we're gonna sneak out of this. I disrespected a lot here by playing this the way that I did. Absolutely. But I felt a little bit like it was an unlosable position. I wasn't super confident, but it felt like it was an unlosable one. What happens if I do this? Let's just see. Well, for one, I take damage from this curse. There's a lot of calculations happening there. I should have played the curse first, and that's my bad. I forgot that it wasn't going to get its cost reduced by Split Anvil. I was acting like I had full immunity. The +10 piercing vent clutches. Not really clutches. I mean, it does save me a big chunk there, though. Because it lets that guy die in the back who would not have died. The quick from Fade was a bit of a hamstring there. Oh, I kill her. Okay. I was looking at this one and it didn't look right. Because I don't want to stealth Fade, I just kill her myself. And that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, we have exactly enough. I don't want to stealth Fade, I just want her to drop in, hit once, and die. From this position, we're completely over. Absolutely. The Barons have scaled to the point where they can handle enemies themselves. So, I made a tactical decision. Like, it may seem like it was careless, and maybe you can argue it was a little careless, but I made a choice to play top 4 here and just kind of risk it. But it wasn't a big risk, because even if I draw on the very bottom there, my important cards, right, so I don't get the scaling, I'm going to lose 1 Baron is the risk. And if I lose 1 Baron, I think you're still chilling because you have Fade scaling up for you. Just a little bit of the reasoning as to why I played it like I did here. Let's go for the greater good here. I guess I could play it. It's like if I play for the greater good and I get the stealth one, my floor gets real weird. I also miss my next turn. Doesn't matter though. No, I do feel like you can interpret the way that I played this out. I think you can interpret it as a I just kind of, how do I put it? You could look at this and you could go, I misplayed and didn't get punished, but I don't think I did. I think that playing top 4 was the correct choice. Because having this floor meet the enemies 1 turn sooner is really bad. It is like you are scaling. It's very on the razor's edge on if these guys live or die. So I think that you need to just take the risk against the Divinity and play top 4 so that you can potentially survive it, right? Because they took, what, like 60 damage each? That seems right. But we had like 3 or 4 answers, and in the worst of cases, I think I would lose 1 of my Barons, but not both. And we ended up high rolling and not getting any losses. But even if we had lost 2, I think we would have been fine because Fade could pick up the slack. We had a lot of room to work with, is what I'm saying. And I do believe that what I did here was the right choice, and it wasn't just me going, whatever, I'll just see what happens. It was a conscious decision that I made. I don't know if I swore or not in this run. I don't think I did, but I didn't really think about it too much also. Maybe I just don't swear all that much. New record for harvest triggers. Cool. Hey, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy floating, don't forget to leave me a like. Waiting. Subscribe if you want to see more. Here's your challenge link if you wish to play it as well. I'll see you in the next one, and have a good one.